Hello there, greetings. Today is Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday night, greetings. The eclipse is tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Not sure if I'll be able to see it, but I'll probably forget about it, but hopefully not. Because I'll be at work, so who knows how that's going to work. So, anyway, looking forward to it. I think it's around 3 o'clock, 3 or 3 o'clock, so we'll see. Either way, I don't see, I'm not seeing any doomsdayness with it. I think it's going to be great. So it might make some people kind of crazy, kind of fearful. I do see that. Of course, some of the people in religions might see the end of the world and stuff like that. One thing about religion is the most disconnected from spirit. Maybe it depends on what religion you're connected to, but it depends on what religion you're connected to. But organized religion is pretty disconnected to a certain degree. So anyway, I think it'll be great. I was thinking of like one minute of a reptilian convenience store appeared out of nowhere and landed, and it became a thing. I don't think people will be into that, but you never know. Some might be. Hybrid cars from the future and whatever else, electric cars or whatever. Never know. You can always, you never know. So, I have some topics here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a channeling or not. We'll see. Energy is not the best right now, so I'll probably go 30 minutes. We'll see. I'm going to do a live eventually. I'm kind of taking a break, and I'll do the chat questions live. I'm not sure if a video, Anyway, there's some things I want to go into. First off, the eclipse, I believe it'll go great. I do see it's like connected to the Lion's Gate. I don't know a whole lot about this whole Lion's Gate thing. I believe it's still going on from what I'm feeling, but anyway, that's what I'm getting right now. North Korea. Sometimes you just want to throw the little guy out of there. It's just nothing but, it's like a little drama queen over there. Obviously, probably has reasons for it. I guess they're doing drills over there in that area, and so he's getting kind of spooked by it. But anyway, they're probably still planning on getting rid of him. But right now, he's doing well. It's just, jeez. Anyway, as for, let's see, Jerry Lewis passed over, and he is happy about that. I think he was ready to go a long time ago, and it feels like, I'm not sure how much of it, it feels like he's stuck around for his family, but he felt that they don't need him around anymore, so he is he's doing well. I don't think I'll be able to connect to him anytime soon. I forgot, Fidel Castro is still transitioning. I believe he's on the other side. He's in astral, wherever you want to call it, the other side. He's in spirit, but he has not fully let go of this world, and I see some bitterness there. So some might see peace, and there probably is some of that. But on the other side, there is no peace. As for Jerry Lewis, I know I'm kind of combining the two, aren't I? But anyway, Jerry Lewis, I believe he's finally resting. He's where he needs to be. He's got some bitterness, but he's going to take some time to heal, as for all of us. But a lot of things in his life did not go the way he was hoping for, as usual. It's pretty general. But he felt it was like an attack, at least by Hollywood, against him. He saw the really ugly side of Hollywood. And I believe he made some of that public, but the wounds are still there. I believe there's videos out there of he's pretty bitter about how they treated him. not to say he needs to be treated like royalty or like a king, but it just felt some of them were very egotistical, evil in some regard to him. So, form gathering. So, send our hearts to him and others that are not having it easy around the world, of course. I wanted to go into really quickly, let's see, North Korea. I wanted to go into something, let's see. I have, there's a thing that happened I think I mentioned this in the past about, I was downtown Clearwater. I was going to do a video, I probably will in the future, of the Scientology area. It's like there's no businesses there. I mean, there are some, but it's like, because the Scientology is there, you can't have the place, if they weren't there, it'd be like, let me word it up, like South Beach in Miami, or even St. Pete's building up quite a bit, but it would have been a booming town. It's dead. I mean, it's dead. Downtown is dead. And, I mean, it has some. Anyway, so in the future, I'll do. It's probably best I didn't do anything there. So anyway, I was going to go into a reptilian sighting I had a while ago, about over a year ago. I'm going to go into that, but first, give you kind of an idea of what I picked up on and for others to share. Or, people are always looking to see these beings. You can't. I mean, you can see them through your third eye. You might see glimpses of them here and there. But for the most part, they're hidden. In the fourth dimension, they have their purpose. Humanity's got a long way. I figure in the year 10,000, we'll have our awakening. I know, it's like 3,000, 4,000. I don't know. The way things are looking, 10,000 looks about safe. Who knows? They say 400 years. Yeah. 400 years? This planet, you never know. I don't know about that. But who knows? If it's 400 years, that'd be great. You never know. But I just want to leave that open for 10,000 years. Anyway, or year 10,000. Anyway, the way we're going right now, I'm not sure if this world's going to last that long, but we have help, so should be all right. Anyway, enough about that. I'll go back into that in a minute, but I wanted to go into, I'm not sure if I'm going to title this video as this. I'm not sure how to title it, but anyway, those that are, how do you word it? Like getting assistance, like getting help from a channeling, some people are like, why would you want to do this thing like that? There's those talk shows on the radio, they can call in, you have a question, like you're having a problem with your mom, your cat, or your family, you need some advice, like advice column, stuff like that. And some people are just, why do you need advice for? Why did you need any of that? Everybody needs advice. Everybody needs healing. Not everybody agrees on how to get that. For example, I don't think I ever mentioned this before, but it's time. Usually talk about black projects and aliens and stuff, but for this, it's how do I start this? I have an uncle. I was growing up. I have two uncles, both a pain in the ass, but anyway, one's my father figure that should not be around kids, just because is better around mechanical stuff like computers, drywall. Kids, not a good idea. His warning, but anyway. So it wasn't abusive physically, just more mental. So anyway, got that. Not to go into my history, but anyway, I'm just putting this. Anyway, I have another uncle that is through marriage, married my aunt, and they had two kids. They live in New York. I'll go into a little bit of that situation, but anyway. They were down here. They come here to visit my grandmother when she was alive. This is when I was 12, 13, 14. around that time. And Dr. Laura was on the phone, on the radio, sorry, in the car. To give you an idea who I'm talking about, is Dr. Laura. She does advice. She's like, okay, maybe overkill on advice sometimes is like, all right, she's not perfect, but anyway. I mean, and a lot of stuff she's really good, and some things like, what are you talking about? But anyway, Dr. Laura was on the radio in the car. My uncle, that's big on sports and kind of things, he knows everything. My uncle married my aunt. He's like, where are people calling this person? It's like, why'd you call about that? Why'd you call about this? Blah, blah, blah. He has apparently it all figured out, right? Yeah, right. So anyway, okay, he's got life figured out, right? All right, sounds good. Yeah, right. Far from it. When I went up to visit them, I forgot how old I was, but I want to say 13, 14. I went to visit them in New York, and this is in the middle of nowhere. It's Binghamton area. I mean, this farm area, you have to get in a car to go anywhere. You have to get on interstate to get to anything because there's nothing. There's houses and nothing. You have to drive like 5-10 minutes to get to anything. Of course, in the city, you kind of have to do that, but this is like, here I can walk to Walmart in like 15 minutes, which just absolutely terrifies me right now because I never thought I would live this close to a Walmart. So if I have any nightmares, it's probably because of that. So anyway, it's a lot of Archon energy there also just by picking up on that. So anyway, I went up there, and apparently I didn't know this, but apparently my uncle and my aunt they've been married like 10 to 15 years, and they couldn't stand each other. Just couldn't stand. He would say stuff to me, and I'm just a kid. He would say stuff to me about her. It was like, and it wasn't very pleasant. And I don't know if he did it 1 or 2 times. I think he kind of watched it the second time. But it was like, damn, yeah, it was vicious. Let's put it that way. They got along with each other, but it was really, they were sick of each other. But anyway, their kids were like 7, 8 years old. They had no idea. But anyway, and this is a guy that says you don't need to call Dr. Laura. Just to let you know, you don't need to call her. You don't need to call help. You don't need help from anybody. He was big on sports. So they're talking about to his friends, wherever they were, for like hours about sports. But then he would go home and do crap like that, talking about his wife and whatever. And so I'm just saying it's like, people are bashing like psychic connections, healing, calling into these help places, not realizing that everybody needs healing, release, something. And it's good to call into these places or channeling or whatever. Not to boost myself, but just in general. You just need it. We all need therapy of some kind. Obviously, sports is a therapy. Eating Oreo cookies is probably a therapy. Of course, that might be not the best therapy, but it's therapy. Watching stuff you probably shouldn't be watching on television, violence, stuff like that. But that's kind of therapy, I guess. But of course, you might need therapy for your therapy if that's the case, especially when people are overeating all the time. It's kind of a therapy in some regards, especially when you're working 9 to 5 about to lose your mind. So that's kind of therapy. But of course, everybody needs a release. And for those that are kind of heckling what I'm doing and other people are doing, but yet they're not getting any help themselves, is I don't know, some people are knocking down self-help or anything out to give guidance. People are knocking that stuff down. And it's just, that's great, that's their opinion. But what are they hiding? What is it that, everybody has some kind of ventilation. And just, whatever, I want to put that out there. It's good to get feedback from somebody. Yeah, it's obviously whoever you trust or whatever, but we all need some kind of clearance, some understanding. You know, this world doesn't make anything easy. And those that are giving advice are going to be tested in their own way also. Okay, maybe Dr. Wara, maybe not. She kind of, anyway, she has a lot of good and a lot of areas she can improve on. But anyway, that's all right. Anyway, nobody's perfect, obviously. But anyway, I want to put that out there. It's like some feel bad about receiving assistance. But come on, we're all trying to, you know, we all need therapists, basically. And we definitely need that. So this is something that has kind of been kind of knocking on me for a little bit, for a while. So anyway, I feel like somebody needs to hear it somewhere. So that's why it's coming through. So I figured put it out there. Also, okay, to go back into this whole Naples thing. I went to Naples. I went to Coral Castle. And I was kind of disappointed by that. But anyway, yeah, they won't allow you to videotape there. It's very bizarre. Talk about just, I mean, when I went to Edison, I asked him if I can video that. It's like, geez, you're going to throw me out here too? It's very strange. So anyway, when I went to Naples to get something to eat. I went to like an outdoor mall. I think I mentioned this in the past. I'll mention it again. I was there, and as I was leaving, I felt because I was downtown Clearwater, I was going to mention this on video, but I didn't do the video out there. When I was leaving, you know, it was outdoor mall. I felt reptilian moving around. You can say it's, you know, for example, like here, you just feel something moving, and it was pissed off. And I felt him walking around, just pissed I was there. I know it because Matt was there. Because I'm like, you know, they know what we're, you know, know us better than we know ourselves. It's like, that's a guy trying to help people awaken or whatever. But it was so strange how I felt them moving around. Not something that happens very often, but some of them really, that's talking about an angry being. I mean, if you can feel that, that's really showing their darkness for sure. They don't do that very often. But that shows you, I mean, they're here. You just can't see them. There's a huge amount of them here. And, you know, humanity needs to open up to that. And they're still waiting for that spaceship to land. I'm not sure. Keep waiting. I mean, people are waiting for the apocalypse to happen. They're still waiting for that. Technically, we're kind of going through it already, but, you know, however you want to look at it, depending on how we look at it. But anyway, you know, Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck doing here, that's apocalyptic right there. But anyway, I want to put that out there. You know, a lot of them, it does seem, you know, they keep their presence pretty hidden for the most part. But if they get pissed, you're going to feel it. But most of the time, I guess they conceal it in some regards. So I'm not sure how that works. Because I imagine the low vibrational reptilians are usually they have their moments. You know, they use technology to keep them in another dimension, as we will eventually see, physically. As for when, who knows? Also, I got a ringing in my ear just before I did this. It's mostly for the Zetas. Some might say it's a download. I didn't get an indication of what that was, but anyway, it's not a big deal. Anyway, not a big deal. I think it's just to let me know that they're here. It's different for everybody. Let's see. I think I got into everything here. Okay. So anyway, all right. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's see if anybody's here for a message. And okay, one moment. Message from the Pleiadians. Not to worry about North Korea. There's a hothead over there. He feels like they're going to replace them, but right now he is protected. It's unlikely he'll be dismissed anytime soon. He is working with the governments and the shadow governments, as many are wanting to oust him but have changed their minds. There was a coup against him. but they changed their minds because they thought see he was serious, and they didn't think he was going to go that route. Figure he was bluffing, but they saw he was not bluffing at all. So it was a really serious situation there. Everything's been cooled down, not to worry. As for the eclipse coming, it will open up vibrations, open up dimensions. Some might not feel the same ever again, as you're feeling more connected to the stars. So just believe in yourself. Not to worry about the lower vibrations that are here, which is many. As humans are learning to let go of the manipulations. Some call it fear, which is part of it. But a lot of it is to free yourself from the shackles of manipulation, because manipulations are really the main culprit here. Mind manipulation, physical manipulations, hearing manipulations that you not, sounds are going through you that you're not hearing. That also causes you to shut down and feel ill. They know exactly what they're doing. You are in a laboratory right now. But you are doing well. Most of you are doing well. All of you are doing well. Even those that aren't doing well, you're all doing well. Because you are under a battle. You can call it a science fiction movie if you wish, but there are many beings that are out to destroy mankind. But you still prevail. Is it kindness? And what if kindness comes through? A lot of it is actually in relationships, love for each other, and procreation of humanity to continue on to create children is an indication that you will not be shut down. You will not let these beings, ruin your life. Not to say if you do not have children, you are letting them do that, but that just to show that the lower energies here, that you will prevail no matter what. Like no matter what you throw at us, we're going to continue. And they do throw everything at humanity. Everything. They do mind control preachers, priests, the Pope, on and on and on. Humanity has to realize what is truly going on, because you are all on an attack. Yes, you are constantly being attacked. Wonder why you feel ill, cancers, etc. These are low entity beings. Much of them are human. Do not want humanity to survive. Why do you think there's so much viciousness here? Humanity is being told to fight among each other, to destroy each other, as you can see. But within negativity is also positivity, because the soul goes into darkness, but also it finds a way to go into light. Some need to explore that darkness to reach the light, because some have never experienced this type of darkness before. So they must follow their path. That is just, this is their, it's like diving into a hole, basically, of themselves. And it's all you can do is send them love, that they will find a way out, or either way, not to judge, but to understand. What happened in Charlottesville was also a test on everyone, nationwide, and also what happened in Barcelona. Is that humanity will open themselves up, so when they will be able to see these events before they happen and bring a positive vibrations to them. To even if the event does still happen, you can repair the situation quicker and, for the most part, forgive the one that causes. Even the ones that were injured will send forgiveness. It's just, your world will find true love. It has found it already, and it will continue on. The true essence of why you are all here will become clear. It already is. The idea is to love yourself, but much more is to love each other in a way where there's no judgments. Because many are going to go into a dark side of the soul, as they already are, but those numbers are going to be large for some time. But even those in the spiritual communities are going to visit the dark side of the soul because they need to release a lot. It is time to let go. Many are part of lifetimes in the dark ages and do not know it. Wonder why all this negativity come here to release. Some of them have only lifetimes in the dark ages, become and reincarnate, and it's like, I thought I can survive this. I can't. And they did not get to live the lives that they thought they were going to live. And they saw their timelines changed without their will. It's like beyond, they came here, thought they would be in a certain profession, a certain life, and everything got thrown out. That's why they call it the Dark Ages. Many timelines are being manipulated. It's gotten better over time, as you can see. It's still not perfect, but it's a lot better than it used to be. So many have come here to continue the life that they lost. And so many are focused in the third dimension, not in any way ready for a fourth dimension, because you're here to study. It's like coming into university. It's like, I come here to study. Do not bother me with aliens. And it's even in their contract to knock out aliens, even angels for that matter. Certain healings they're allowing to come in, but the idea is to study in this environment. This is their university. This has been mentioned, but many have a tunnel vision because they're here to do what they get done, what they're here to do. Maybe later in their lives they'll open up. It all depends on them because the study has come to an end. So you might see many elderly people awakening, possibly, because their tests their mission is wrapping up. Now they can see what's going on now. Now they can open their eyes. Some of the elderly are dismissing all this. Some are actually quite open to all this. So it's going to be different for everybody. For the main message to humanity, not just to believe in yourself, take risks within yourself, try new things, visit parts of your mind that'll help elevate you. Some might call it unbelievable, especially when you're seeing your third eye, but we say to visit those places. Some of them are heavenly, some of them are canine, some of them are dragon, some of them are AI. Whatever it might be, there are places you all go in astral. There's nothing wrong about bringing that astral travel here. It's just for what makes you comfortable. That is the main message here. Happy, comfortable, opening yourself up. You can always ask also, for angels, your guides, what can I do to open myself up more? To bring more beliefs into myself. Because you're all in study of your timeline. You're all studying your studies. Some have a tunnel around it. Some are open. And those of you reading this are open. Not of a judgment energy. Some of you are going to Agartha right now for a understanding of yourself. It's like, how did this world get to the way it is? Like, many of you are connected to Agarthian energies and still have an issue with humanity because, like, don't you see what you're doing to the world? Is it not that clear? Many environmentalists are actually very much elemental. But yes, some of them do get quite vicious. But even as elementals, they can get quite vicious also. So a lot of that is kind of going back and forth now, isn't it? They just want the best for humanity. Some take it to the extreme, like throwing out humanity altogether. Those exist in your elemental world also. They're still getting themselves straightened out. They're not perfect. You're not perfect. Aliens are not perfect. Angels are not perfect. On and on and on. That's what you're all here for. To learn from your flaws. Not to say it's a flaw, but your imperfections. I want to call it a flaw. It's a part of you. And sometimes it's a part of you that you're trying to figure out, improve, or just share with the world and not improve it at all. Whatever it might be. We're here to experience life together. And your consciousness, Earth, will soon allow each other to take down the walls within the mind so you can all read into each other. You all have nothing to hide. What's to hide, really? What is there to truly hide? Small things, personal things, but for the most part, it's just one big party here, basically. Not seeming like that right now, but it is. But it's okay to have these restrictions. It's okay to have these walls up, but eventually they'll find themselves coming down. So, how does your world ascend? You're just more open with each other, free, just a free wind among each other. You are all a cool breeze, you can say. Cool breeze to bring in a higher vibration for a more positive earth. And you are all working towards it, no matter where the ego is, no matter where the anger is. You might not all agree on what direction you're all going in, which is fine. You might not agree with this, but still send you positive vibrations. Blessings all. We are the Pleiadians. Stay well. Thank you. Well, now you know who's around me all the time. Yeah, the Zetas don't do that. The Zetas, they're around me all the time, but they're very quiet. They're working on technical stuff that I'm working on. That will be public eventually. Projects. So, anyway. All right, blessings everyone. Thank you for being part of this. Much appreciate everyone that is viewing this, sharing this, with sessions or donating or whatever, or just whatever it might be. I much appreciate everybody. Thank you, and have a great night.